Welcome to Time in the Shade in Shady Oak Ministries, and now what's making news. Derek the Heretic has endorsed Andy Stanley's statement that hedonists that continue in their sin while attending church have more faith than any of his followers. This endorsement, however, has backfired, seeing it came from Derek the Heretic.
Well, I suppose I'm deranged, but I guess I'll just have to call.
Satanists, not to be confused with Luciferians or devil worshippers, define themselves as atheists based on the behavior of rebellious figures rather than Satan himself, which is appropriate because they also define Christianity based on the behavior of Christians rather than Christ himself.
Oh, well, what does that have to do with Jesus?
In History of Al-Tabri, Volume 6, the earliest biographical and authoritative source on the greatest man in history, states that he intended to violently conquer Arabia from the beginning, despite his early calls for peace. In response, Muslims in the West have stated, shh. Shh. The Jehovah's Witnesses continue to gain more accolades among authoritarian heretical cults. This week, the largest group of people who have nothing better to do on Saturday mornings.
Can't hear you. I'm asleep. Shoo, shoo.
In Doctrines and Covenants 132, a revelation from God was given regarding the doctrine of exaltation when Emma, Joseph Smith's wife, called him out for his many adulterous affairs. A revelation from God was given reminding faithful Mormons not to marry a wife that's smarter than you.
Yay, crowns!
Liberals, atheists, and hedonists alike have come together to celebrate what the Lord hates. Beginning with Pride Month, we are also looking forward to their Lying Month, their Hands That Shed Innocent Blood Month, their Heart-Devising Wicked Plans Month, their Feet Swift in Running into Evil Month, and their Sowing Discord Among Brethren Month. A contradiction has cast doubt on the reliability of the Bible. During Jesus' crucifixion, the account tells us that Jesus was beaten before and after Pilate gave the order. And as we all know, it's impossible for one person to be beaten up more than once.
Words. Yep.
And now for Time in the Shade's latest new game, Andy Stanley or Atheist, where we will play together a quote and figure out if it was stated by Andy Stanley or an atheist. The quote is, maybe the thought is, they had to come up with some kind of myth about the birth of Jesus to give him street cred later on. Maybe that's where that came from. Is that a quote from Andy Stanley or an atheist? Leave your answers in the comments. I'll give you a few more seconds. If you answered Andy Stanley, you'd be correct. Andy Stanley stated this in the Baptist News Global in 2016.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right?
And that'll be all for this week. Thank you all for joining us. Good night.